Welcome to test-based Twilight CPD Sessions, bite-sized sessions for developing your teaching practice by teachers for teachers. We'll be supplementing these sessions with advice on how to get the most out of your test-based subscription, not just in Year 6, but throughout the school. In this session, we'll be looking at creating a personalised learning journey through adaptive teaching. How can we, as teachers, effectively use differentiation and scaffolding to further the learning of every pupil in our classroom? The national curriculum clearly lays out the expectations for planning and teaching to cater the needs for every child, irrelevant of prior learning attainment or background. In his TED Talk, Changing Education Paradigms, Sir Ken Robinson highlighted the problem of personalised learning. We teach by age in batches, like a manufacturing line, whereas in fact, everybody learns differently, at different speeds, in different ways, and at different times. A much better way to think of personalised learning is a roadmap. We have the road as our learning journey to a particular objective, and we tend to set children off at the start of this road. However, some children will have other prior knowledge and attainment that starts them further along the journey, and some will have a lot more knowledge that requires challenge. Some will have none or require support with the learning required prior to this learning. Some will be able to take shortcuts thanks to links to other prior learning across the curriculum or real-world experiences, and some will need a completely different journey to the objective altogether. No two cars or children are the same, and it is our job to ensure they get there successfully to the end of their journey. The teacher's toolbox to helping us get to this end of the journey is through high-quality teaching techniques. How we question, challenge, and give feedback, how we engage the children and structure the lessons oppose different levels of thinking. The test-based social pages and websites has videos on lots of these different areas, so do check out more of our existing and upcoming CPD videos. This session for personalised learning will focus on differentiation and scaffolding. So what is differentiation? Differentiation is the changing of the instruction, the outcome, or the task to suit the needs of the pupil. Importantly, we should not be lowering the level of expectation of any child. We should all be aiming for excellence on our own path. Changing the content of the lesson could be adapting the context or the topic of the lesson to meet the needs and motivations of the individual. It doesn't need to mean huge adaptations to the lesson, but just building on the motivations and interests to allow them to showcase and practice the skills required for a particular learning intention. It could be as simple as a different writing context, changing a word problem in maths, or a different text to practice inference skills in reading. It's all about the skill being practiced and being flexible about the vehicle used to get there. The process is all about how we get to the end goal. Play to the learning preferences of the individual. Is the lesson experiential, or is it modelled with teacher talk? Is it an independent work, or is it group work? Are there shallow or deep thinking involved? In reality, a good plan will use a variety of different learning processes over a unit of work to not only appeal to individual learners, but also give practice to alternative, non-preferred processes of a given skill or knowledge goal. The outcome isn't about lessening the expectation, but more about how the evidence of the skills can be presented. Be flexible in how the work and learning is presented. Does it really need to be a written format if this is a barrier to the actual learning intention? Consider a task or activity with photographic evidence, or having a conversation with an adult to demonstrate the pupil's understanding. Could a writing output be non-fiction for a particular pupil as opposed to fiction that doesn't really appeal or prevents them from really showcasing their actual ability? Scaffolding, on the other hand, is the adding of support to help a child to achieve their learning outcome. Ideally, scaffolding should be introduced at the start of a learning journey and slowly be removed to encourage independence. In this diagram, we can see how scaffolding is introduced early in the learning journey and slowly shifted and removed as the learning progresses. The responsibility shift from teacher-owned to child-owned will always move as the journey progresses and the child becomes more confident with their learning and independent application. Initially, the scaffolding is explicit in nature, involving detailed modelling, explaining and instructions by the teacher. As the learning becomes more secure, this can be shifted to turn-taking, hinting and prompting, and explaining style questioning. As the journey moves into more of a child-owned learning, the scaffolding changes to support that the child can access themselves. Guiding scaffolding including tabletop resources related to prior learning, sentence starters, and varying question and feedback to support independent learning. This will lead finally to the independent learning, seeking out their own scaffolding to gaps in their learning and taking themselves to a higher order thinking and making connections across the curriculum. Support available will consider the classroom environment, books, working walls, and digital resources, feedback and questioning that stretches the learner and challenges their understanding. TestBase has thousands of high quality, flexible assessment questions and resources for every year group in maths, spelling, punctuation, grammar, reading, and science. It is a flexible assessment tool that can quickly and easily repurpose questions into bespoke independent activities, plenaries, and end of unit assessments, all in just a few moments. One subscription has an unlimited number of accounts for teachers and teaching assistants in every year group across the school. Thanks for watching our quick bite-sized CPD session. If you liked our video, please give us a like, leave a message, or comment with your own top tips. Follow us on Facebook, Insta, or Twitter for more upcoming content and shared ideas on sharing best practice. And finally, don't forget to share the video with colleagues at school. See you next time.